I am right outside Escalante, Utah, getting ready to set out on a 3 to 4 week hike to Escalante, Utah. That's right, I'm doing a big loop this year. Day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Here we go. Day 6, day 7, day 8, day 9, day 10, day 11, day 12, day 13, day 14, day 15. Just getting started. Day 17, day 18, day 19, day 20, day 21, morning of day 22, day 23, and I'm loving every minute of it. Day 25, day 26, checking out day 27. It's day 28 and my cache awaits down in that valley. So we have to find our way off these cliffs and head that way. Out in the distance you can see the white cliffs and then the pink cliffs of Bryce Canyon up above that. Looking more to the north, you can see Powell Point and Canaan Peak. However, since we've been taking such a leisurely pace on this trek so far, we're going to have to close the loop a little earlier than expected. So from the cache, we're going to head north. It's not quite as big a loop as I wanted, but you know what? It's been a pretty good trek, and it's time to wrap things up. All right, let's go. For the record, not crypto. May look like crypto, but it's not. It's just dirt. Yesterday I could have stayed on the road and taken a roundabout way, the same place I'm going, but that's no fun. I love doing these little cross-country exploration jaunts. It's just so much more fun in my mind. The road would have been longer, but probably would have been quicker. I don't know, we'll see how this turns out. But another reason I wanted to come through this area is because 5 or 6 years ago when I met Will the Wanderer, he told me about some dinosaur fossils in these mudhills. He said they were actually quite prevalent, and at one point you could see a whole vertebrae of a dinosaur. So I've been anxious to see if I stumble upon that same spot. It's not likely because these mudhills run for miles, but I've crossed them a few times, and I do know that paleontologists love the area and study and have done extensive work. In fact, if you look at the brochure of Grand Escalante National Monument, it actually features a picture of a dinosaur fossil embedded in the mudhills. I even wonder if it's the exact one that Will is talking about, because it kind of fits his description. So anyway, we'll see if we get lucky. But otherwise, it's just a nice little trek through the wilderness to where I want to go. All right, let's keep her going. Check out that little arch. Isn't that cool? It's another reason I like taking these off the beaten path routes. Stumble across some cool stuff. How is that still standing? That's crazy. I've gone 10 days in a row now without seeing another human being. I think that's the longest of any of my long hikes. Now, part of the reason is because I'm going at a slower pace through the remote area, so it just makes sense I'm taking more days to do what I would normally do. But it's a long time to go without seeing any other people. And actually, I don't know that I'm going to see anyone where I'm going. I'm going to walk a short stretch of road coming up. So there's a chance that I'll see a car there. But otherwise, I think it's pretty unlikely for me to see anyone for a while. Just kind of crazy. You know, a lot of people talk about how southern Utah is overcrowded and oversaturated with tourists. But again, there's plenty of open space and plenty of opportunity to have a remote, private experience if you want it. All right, that's a thought for now. Back on the road again. Just up ahead is my cache. It's gonna be good. Cache intact. Woohoo! Okay, here's everything that's in my cache. Again, this is one of my bagged caches, so I don't have to come back to the site. Everything here has to go with me. This is about 4 days supply. 4 days plus, because I've made my caches a little bit bigger this year. Gallon of water, of course, 4 meals plus a ramen meal, some jerky, and some mandarin oranges, some nuts, and some trail mix, extra pair of socks, 2 breakfast smoothies, some food that's meant to eat like right now, and of course my staple while on the trail for snacks, a bunch of bars and fruit snacks. Well, I just saw my first person as I'm here dealing with my cache and repacking everything. A guy comes by on the road driving a bulldozer, pulling a pickup truck. He's probably going like 3 miles an hour. I think I might catch him if I leave soon. He saw me and kind of looked confused and just waved. I waved and gave him a thumbs up, so he knew all was okay. So that ends the streak of not seeing any people. All right, that's a thought for now. I'm gonna get back to packing up my cache. Afternoon of day 28, I'm walking up Waweep Wash, which officially marks a change to my itinerary. My original bigger loop was going to have me walk south for a ways and then follow the Coxcomb down to Yellow Rock and the Upper Paria area, which I was going to follow up to Willis Creek, all the way to Bryce Canyon and back. But all of that would take about 6 days longer, and at this point I need to wrap things up. So I'm coming up with a new route, which is going to take me up here, my friend from last year, Canaan Peak. So we're going to go up and around Canaan Peak again, and then finish the route to Escalante. All right, that's the word for now. I've reached Headquarter Springs. It's a good place to fill up the jugs. Took a little break here, got all my water, and used some of the extra water to rinse off. Definitely wouldn't call it a bath, but closest thing to it I've had in a long time. All right, we're gonna keep going though. Day 29, kind of been in a tree tunnel hiking all morning, but now the views are starting to open up a little bit. I've been making my way up towards the gullies beneath Canaan Peak, which you can see in the distance there. At this point, I'm going to have to skirt more to the west, follow this bench as far as I can before finding a route up to one of the saddles there. All right, let's keep it going. Looking down on Upper Waweep Creek, which looks dry, which is a bummer. I was hoping for some bonus water. We'll see, maybe we'll get lucky. Oh, sliding down some scree. Trying to get down to Waweep Creek. It's brushy, steep, and slick because the scree is made of all these pebbles. Act like marbles. In fact, I think this is getting too steep right here. So let's explore over this way. Ouch. Yep, this looks much better. Try to follow the animal trails when possible. They're usually pretty smart and know the best way to go. Been following elk trails for a while up on top. All right, this is going to get me almost down to the bottom. Let's get through the brush and we'll be there. Yay! Down in Upper Wahweap Wash. Love it. That was quite the little bushwhack scramble to get down. No water to be seen, but maybe we'll find some. Be nice. I still have enough to get me to the next spring, but I would love to have some bonus water because I could drink a liter or two of bonus water. All right, let's go up here and see what we find. We have bonus water. Woohoo! Have to taste test it to make sure it's good before I get too excited, but I'm already excited. It's okay. It's not the best. It tastes a little flat. It's probably alkaline, but it'll do in a pinch. I'll drink my good water first and save this for cooking if I have to, or if I get really, really thirsty, but good to have a little extra. All right, that's stuff for now. Cheers. Been seeing some tracks, and I'm pretty sure they're bear tracks. You can tell by the claw marks. Looks like a small bear. Okay, still making our way up Wahweap Canyon. This is another exploratory route. I have no idea if I can get through up here. I have a fairly high level of confidence, but I have no information. But looking at the map, it looks possible. But I remind you, this was not my original planned route, so I did not research it for preparation. But it is a route that I've looked at doing before, so I am familiar with the terrain. I'm hoping to get a little farther up the drainage and then get out on a ridge to start gaining some elevation to work my way up towards the saddle of Canaan Peak. All right, that's the plan. Let's keep it going. Canaan Peak. We are a lot closer now, but she still looms large above us. A lot of tough terrain between us and where we want to be up there on top. Whew. It's quite the climb, but we are up in the mudhills below Canaan Peak. So a long ways up to get it there, but we're going to camp before that. A pretty surreal landscape right here. Spot. Wow, look at that view back behind us. See a long ways now. All right, morning of day 30. Had an awesome camp here in the mudhills, and now it's time to continue our adventure. 3:30. All right, I made it up to the saddle. Quite the view out there. I bushwhack up the ridge. It wasn't too bad. It was a little tedious, but kind of makes me mad. I get all the way up here and then kaboom. Yeah, that's a trail. Cow trail or maybe a people trail, but going down to the same general area I was. So there's probably an easier way, but you know what? That's just kind of the way it goes. Okay, we still have a ways to go to get up and around and connect to the main trail, and there's a road up there too. All right, let's do it. So even though this is not the way we're going, I had to do a little side hike over here just to see the view. This is the route that goes underneath Canaan Peak that we did last year on our Zion to Green River hike. There's the peak up there. And the amazing view down below. You can even see exactly where we camped last night. Right there. That was the rough terrain we came up yesterday, through all that. Looking down that way, you can see Molly's Nipple, and back over this way, Bryce Canyon. The White Cliffs are out there, and the Upper Paria is in that area, right in there. Navajo Mountain is out there as well. Probably get reception if I check, but my batteries are so low, I can't do it. All right, view. Good seeing you again. But we have another direction to go, and that is that way. That's Powell Point out there. I've always wanted to hike there. Maybe someday. I did not expect this here. Snow! Wow. Biggest snow year ever, but wow. Pretty cool. All right, still making our way down the north side of Canaan Peak. Taking a break here near Pole Spring, or what used to be Pole Spring. The spring itself seems to be gone. I think it's been modernized and it's all pumped into irrigation now. So that was a little disappointing, but there's a trough nearby that's full of water. So luckily there's plenty of water for me. Talked to my first person in 12 days. I ran into two guys up near Canaan Peak on an ATV. They were going up to the overlook as I was coming back, and we chatted a bit. They asked if I had seen any bear, and I said no, that I'd seen a lot of tracks, but no actual bears. And then they revealed they were actually hunting bear. So, but they hadn't had any luck. They said they've captured a lot on trail cams, but haven't actually seen any themselves. So that was interesting. You know, I'm not anti-hunting in general. It's kind of a way of life. I grew up in Missouri. It's a big deal. But yeah, trophy hunting, I'm kind of against. And I think bear would fall into that category. Let me rephrase. I'm definitely against trophy hunting. There's just no sense in hunting some animals. But anyway, it was interesting to talk to some people for the first time in a long time. All right, that's my thought for now. Evidently, I set my charger up near a ant colony, and they are not happy when I try to reclaim it. Watch this. Look at it. Look at them on my phone. Oh, man. All right, guys. Sorry, I got to take my stuff back. Time to get back to hiking. One of my followers asked me, how many of those orange t-shirts do you have? And the answer is 1. And it now has 2 holes in it, unfortunately. It's by far my favorite hiking shirt. And unfortunately, the brand that made it is out of business, so I can't get any more of them. So I'm going to be wearing this guy for a while. All right, that's a thought for now. Just saw an elk hopping through the woods. It's over there. We are still walking down the National Forest Road. It's raining again. So crazy how much rain I've had this year. Again, it's not enough to stop me, make me put on my rain jacket, but it's coming down, sprinkling. Okay, we are almost down to the bottom of the forest road, coming to Highway 12. The cows. I need to steer clear. I've said it before, never gets old, right? Coming through, cows. Uh-oh, now I've upset them. I better get a move on. Guy with horns doesn't like me. Just passing through, cows. I'm headed that way. Later, cows. You guys take care. Okay, we have reached Highway 12. Escalante is that way, but we're going this way. As is often the case, I am not taking the shortest route to my destination. We're gonna have some more fun. All right, let's go. I don't have a cache here along Highway 12 since I didn't plan on coming this way, but I just left the opposite of a cache, what I'm gonna call a stash. Under there is a bag of 3 bags of stuff I no longer need and a big bag of trash. So I'm gonna leave it here and come back and pick it up when I'm done with the hike. But for now, we're headed up into the sun. Here we go. Hallelujah! Hallelujah! There's water. These little wildflowers are everywhere out here. It almost looks like someone spilled cottage cheese all over the ground. Got to be careful not to step on them. Bit of a change of scenery today. We are climbing some mountains. Moving from the desert to the alpine. Feels good so far. All right, let's keep it going. Day 31. Top. Looking back down the slopes to Canaan Peak over there. That's where I was yesterday. There. It's a long climb up. It's tough. A lot of elevation, but we're getting there. Yay! On the top. Finally to flat land. Whew. Up in the aspen. Feels great. And that was a big climb. All right, let's get up here and see what we can see. Wow, the route through here is really covered in snow. We are still going though. Probably heard me say a few times that someday I'd like to hike to Powell Point. That someday is today. We are here. Incredible view. Survey marker. Originally known as Pink Point, it was renamed in 1972, and that was 100 years after being summited by members of the Powell Party. I guess locals still call it Pink Point to this day. You just see so much of southern Utah right there. If you look closely, you can see almost my whole route from the last month. Looking back that way, you can see the town of Escalante, or Escalante, or Escalante. When I was atop Boulder Mail Trail, which you can see right out there, looking over this way, I pointed out Powell Point. And to myself, I thought, I'm going to be there in 3 or 4 weeks. And here I am. I didn't want to say it on video because I didn't want to spoil it, but that's what I was thinking. Pretty amazing. One big loop. From there, all the way down the river, over 50 Mile Mountain, down here around Canaan Peak, back up. And now we have to finish it up, get back to town. So amazing. You know, I had to cut back my grand loop a little bit, but I was not about to give this one up. Powell Point was special for this trip, and I'm glad I got up here and got to see it. It's definitely one I'm not going to forget for a while. Love it. All right, we need to get back to hiking. It's still a long ways back to Escalante. Another amazing view. I'm sure it won't translate to video, but man, it is crazy how much I can see there. What a view! It's my destination. The town right out there. Tonight, I camp here. It's gonna be cold. Day 32. Day 32. It's a literal high point of my hike. I'm at 10,500 feet, or just shy of that. Probably would have had some really good reception last night if I'd had the battery power to use it, but for now we are still hiking along the high elevations. Okay, this changes everything. Wow! This was not on the agenda. I left the road, it was just too snowed in. So I'm gonna try to follow this meadow and reconnect with the road up there. I hope. Okay, we are going down. Hopefully no more snow. soon as I say that, big snow drifts. Oh, this one could get exciting. I don't see a bypass for it. All right, here we go. Let's go find out. Road closed. I'm gonna have to make my way down this talus. I'm on the forest road now. I was hoping to finish my hike by tomorrow, but a big storm is moving in. So now I don't know. And my power is running out on everything. I have no battery power. I'm not sure how this is gonna end, but I'm gonna have to show it to you in photos. All right, that's the word for now. Let's go. Sun going down on the last night of the hike. It's been a pretty good... Oh, hey, it's Mr. Shadow. Hey, Mr. Shadow, are you ready to be done? That's a thumbs up. He says he's ready to be done. All right, well, let's finish it up. Morning of day 33, the final day. The big storm seems to be delayed. I woke up to sunny weather, which was nice because it gave me a chance to charge my batteries a bit. But the storm does seem to be right behind me. So we are making a move to get to town. Taking a bit of a shortcut. It's still gonna be 8 to 10 miles though. All right, let's finish it up. So my original plan for these last few days was to stay at high elevation and actually go along a few alpine lakes and then drop into the box of Pine Creek and follow that down and back into town. But with that storm looming, I thought it was best to just shortcut and get down and out of the high elevation and get to town and finish up the trip. So it would have been a good way to finish it up, but you know what? Overall, I'm still really happy with how this hike turned out. All right, that's a thought for now. Back to Highway 12. Walking down the highway with cars whizzing by. Not the best way to end a hike, but you know what? It's gonna get her done. And then I'm gonna have my cheeseburger and beer, and all will be good. 4 or 5 more miles. All right, here we go. 33. So walking the road started to sprinkle on me already. Just ahead of the storm, I think. The storm has caught me. It's coming down now. Yay! We finished the loop. Well, not exactly. This alternate took me into the wrong side of town. So now I gotta walk across Escalante. Yay! Hike complete. 33 days and we're back to where we started, right outside the town of Escalante. It was a great hike. As always, thank you for following along, and I'll see you next time on Across Utah. Take care.